Welcome to Bootlegged. I'm Nicholas Lombardi.
And I'm Garrett Satterfield.
And this is our first ever episode, and we're going to show you how to take apart and fix an Xbox with a broken DVD drive, and then mod it and make it an awesome media center so you can watch all your backed up videos and games and all your media content like music and pictures and anything you can share over your network. Now, you may have just had an Xbox lying around in a closet and not doing anything with it since you probably got a 360 for Christmas, been hitting up some Halo 3, having some fun, and there's no one really left to play Halo 2 with, so why just leave it in an Xbox? Now, what this involves is taking off these pads on the bottom of the Xbox. That's where the screws are, and there's also a screw under this label. You can tell because if you run a finger along there, there's a little indentation, and this label too.
So are these just regular screws?
No, they're actually torque screwdriver screws, which what that requires to take apart is a torque 20 screwdriver bit, which is what we have here. And so now we're going to get started taking this apart.
Apart, and here's the DVD drive. That's what we need to take out. To take it out, you have to take out this screw, and this screw under here.
And to do that, you're going to need a torque 10 screwdriver bit, and these screwdriver bits can be purchased at any local hardware store, and they're generally a really good thing to have because if you want to take apart some piece of consumer electronics, most of them use these torque screwdriver bits to deter people from trying to take them apart. So okay, so now we have the DVD drive out so we can work on it.
And we're going to need to take these screws out, which are just regular Phillips, to get the DVD drive open so we can clean it out. And as we thought, there's a lot of dust around the lens there.
And so what you want to do is you want to clean that lens off, and normally we would use a can of compressed air, but we don't have any right now. So we're going to use a microfiber cloth, and it's important that you use a microfiber cloth because you don't want the fibers and lint from the fabric or cloth that you use to scratch the lens and possibly render the drive unfixable. So now we've got the DVD drive back in the Xbox and ready to test it. Here's our game disc. We've got the original Halo, always a good title to play. So it's the moment of truth. You may see a slight discoloration or issue with the TV. Don't worry, your TV will look fine. The problem is that we're using an old tube TV and the refresh rate is off with the camcorder and the TV. So now we have the moment of truth. And she lives.
Yep. So now you have a working Xbox and it's ready to hack.
So to mod the Xbox, you're going to need a few simple things. Number one, you're going to need an action replay kit or a USB flash drive, and I highly suggest checking out the URL below for a compatibility list because not all flash drives work. And if you're using a flash drive, you're going to need a USB to Xbox adapter, and this can be made pretty simply just by splicing a USB extension cable and an Xbox breakaway cable and lining up the wires. The last thing you will need is a copy of Mexalt to execute the hack. So we have our console and we need to upgrade it to the latest firmware to make sure the hack works correctly. To do this, turn it on while it's plugged into your internet connection, go to Xbox Live and Account Recovery. Here it will check and make sure you have the latest version, and if you don't, it'll prompt you to install the latest version. Now, supposedly if you've ever played Halo 2, you have the latest version, but I'd check anyway, unless you're an Xbox Live subscriber and play pretty regularly. Now, you can back out of there and go to the memory manager and plug in your USB flash drive with your USB adapter, and it should show up as a memory unit. Now you need to disconnect your USB flash drive from your Xbox and connect it to your computer, making sure not to try to access it. Then fire up USB View, which you can get from the URL below, and this will allow you to find the exact address of your USB mass storage device. So you need to scroll down until you see your particular USB mass storage device, and it helps a lot to unplug any unnecessary USB devices such as hubs or extra peripherals like USB adapters, Wi-Fi adapters. And you need to pay attention to the ID vendor number, and that's the number after the 0x, and the same with the ID product number. Now you need to download and install Action Replay, and you can get that from the URL below. Next, you have to go to the directory where you installed Action Replay. For most people it's in the C drive, but for me it's on the D drive. Go to Program Files, Detel, Action Replay, and go to the Drivers folder. And in there, there's xbreader.inf, and you should open that with whatever your favorite text editor is. For me, I like Notepad++. You go in there, down to the Devices area, and see the VID number. Change that to the ID vendor number, and the PID number should go to the ID product number. Then you want to make sure to save that file. Now it's time to install the Action Replay drivers. To do this, start up Action Replay. Then you go to Start, My Computer, right click on it, and go to Manage. Go to System Tools, Device Manager, and then scroll down to Universal Serial Bus Controllers and USB I/O devices. Mine showed up under USB I/O devices, but you may have different results. Right click on your device, go to Properties, go to Details, and you'll see the VID and PID numbers we entered earlier. Then go to Driver, hit Update Driver, don't connect to the internet, install from a specific list, hit Next, and then use the Max Drive Xbox driver. Once that's done, you can see it show up in Action Replay. Once you close those, and there it is. Now you can transfer any game save over that you need, and we'll need this in order to transfer our mod over. Now that we've got the USB driver installed, you can go get the Mexalt exploit, which is available at the URL below, and then you want to go ahead and open up Action Replay, and all you have to do is drag the zip file directly into the PC database area. And from there, you can just drag and drop the Mexalt Run Linux game save directly onto your memory card.
Okay, you want to turn on your Xbox, go to Memory Manager, put in your flash drive, then copy the game save of Mexalt to your console. Pop in Mexalt, start it up, go to Campaign, and then go to Start Linux. Then go to Backup EEPROM, and it should be really quick. Then select basic install, select unleash X, and then it's pretty straightforward. You just follow the prompts from here.
Now that we have our Xbox hacked and our new hacked dashboard, we can do a lot of stuff. You can back up games, and then we can do the regular stuff that you can do with your regular Xbox. You can even return to your old Xbox dashboard. But the real cool stuff comes into play when you look at the little IP number in the lower right hand corner. This is your Xbox's IP address and will fill in with actual numbers if you have it plugged into a network. This allows you to FTP into the Xbox and transfer files over your home network to it. And this is where it gets really cool. You can add a bunch of cool applications. Our personal favorite is probably Xbox Media Center because it allows you to play lots of music and movies and pictures, and it's a really cool way to extend your PC's multimedia content over to your TV. But the problem is that Microsoft has not released their software development kit legally, and there are some terms of service agreement that keep us from being able to tell you where to get this. So basically, just search around on Google, dig around in the little underground. You can find these binary files anywhere, and then unzip the folder and FTP it over to the applications folder. And that's about as much as we can tell you about Xbox apps without getting in some gray area. To FTP files from your computer to your Xbox, start up your Xbox and computer while connected to the same network, and then open up your FTP client of choice. We personally like FileZilla because it's open source and therefore it's free, and it works on a variety of platforms, OS X, Linux, and Windows. And then for the host ID number, put in your IP address for your Xbox, and then put in Xbox for both the username and password. Then hit connect and it should start right up. You'll be able to view the file system of your Xbox and easily transfer files back and forth between your Xbox and your PC. So now that you have your Xbox modded, you're probably going to run out of space really quickly on that stock 4GB hard drive. And so you're probably going to want to upgrade the hard drive to a newer, higher capacity drive. And so you're going to want to download Xbox HDM, available at the URL below, and then you're going to want to extract it. Open the folder you just extracted, which is going to be named Xbox HDM, then go to Linux, go to EEPROM, then fire up your FTP client, and you're going to want to go and FTP into your Xbox. Once you're in, go to your E drive, go to backups, go to EEPROM, and backup. And then there's EEPROM.bin. You're going to want to right click on it and hit download. And it'll download to whatever folder is selected in the pane on the left. So I have it selected to my D drive. There it is. I'm going to drag that to my desktop and delete it from my D drive. Then I'm going to drag it into the EEPROM folder inside the Xbox HDM folder. I'm going to back out of there and go to the C drive in the Xbox HDM folder. Then I'm going to go to the C drive on my Xbox and point the left pane into my Xbox HDM folder, and then the Linux folder inside of that, and then the C drive inside of that. And then I'm going to right click on the files in my C drive and hit download, and they're going to download directly into the C drive folder. You're going to repeat that for the E drive also, and this makes sure you have the entire file system for your Xbox available when you create your new drive so that your Xbox can boot. So now that you have your C and E drives copied over from your Xbox to your computer, you need to go to the root of your Xbox HDM folder, and in there is make ISO win.bat. If you double click on this will launch the command prompt and it will run a script that will make an ISO file you will then burn to a DVD. Once this is finished being made, you will need to burn that ISO file to a DVD and shut down your computer and prepare to boot off this DVD. Now, while your computer's off, you're going to need to disconnect any hard drives that you have in there that you boot your normal OS off of, and you're going to need to connect the hard drive that you want to make your Xbox use. Now, once you've booted your computer off the DVD, you'll see this Xbox HD Maker and Recovery tool. Hit 1, hit enter at that screen, and you'll see Linux start up. Alright, at this screen, you're going to want to type Xbox HD and hit enter. Then here you have to type yes, not just Y, you have to type out yes. And at this screen, type 1, hit enter, and then follow the prompts, continually typing yes when needed until it's finished. Then you need to reboot. Okay, so now that you've rebooted your computer and you see the main screen again, you're going to need to hit 3 this time and hit enter. And then you'll see Linux start up again, and then you need to type lock HD space -A. And what this will do is attempt to lock your hard drive with the EEPROM code you extracted and put on the DVD. This code is specific for your Xbox and allows your Xbox to read and write to it. Then once that's done, you need to shut down your computer and reconnect your normal drive, and then you can take that hard drive that you just configured and go pop it into your Xbox, and all should be well. You'll see the normal dash, and you'll probably have to redo the hack, but that's about it.
And that's it for episode 1 of Bootlegged.
If you want to email us, you can do so at bootlegged@area64.tv. We want show ideas. We want to know what you want to see on the show. We want feedback. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you hate Garrett? And also, we have a forum set up at area64.tv. There's a link up there. J.R. Folsom, he's our one and only cameraman. And so, I'm Nick Simbardi.
I'm Garrett Satterfield.
That's
Bootlegged. Oh, is this a little